in disarray due to a shocking turn of events. Due to claims that a private nocturnal film allegedly starring Tamar Braxton and Mendeecees has leaked online, social media is in total upheaval. Fans are astonished and perplexed as to how this could have happened. In everything from Twitter threads to live debates on Instagram, this is made even more explosive by Yandy Smith's purported answer. There are rumors that she has packed up her belongings, moved out of the house, and is permanently gone. According to reports, she was taken by surprise and is having trouble understanding how someone she once trusted could deceive her in such a public and humiliating way. As if that weren't enough, experts believe that Tamar and Yandy's disagreement had been growing for a while before this revelation. Fans have up to now ignored the quiet cautions, awkward exchanges, and covert criticism. The tempest created by the timing, the emotions, and the seeming betrayal was too powerful even for reality TV. In reality, what happened behind those closed doors? So, was this a mistake, or is this the scandal that will change everything for the three of them? Stay tuned because this tale is just going to get messier. Like wildfire, the word spread faster than anyone could have imagined. What started out as a quiet Sunday morning quickly turned into one of the most talked about scandals in the entertainment world. Fans reportedly lost their minds when a private nocturnal video, apparently starring Mendeecees and Tamar Braxton, surfaced online. What they were hearing and seeing was unbelievable. Social media swung from confusion to outrage in a matter of minutes, with every gossip page posting screenshots and every fan page dissecting the situation frame by frame. At first, everyone thought it was a scam. Tamar Braxton, who is well known for her flamboyant personality and unfiltered honesty, has been vocal about protecting her reputation after years in the spotlight. In contrast, Mendeecees had been focusing on his family and making amends in an effort to repair his reputation, the confidence that earlier scandals had eroded. Before viewers started to see details that gave the video a very authentic feel, their names together in a single headline seemed unimaginable. Whispers turned into contentious conversations. Were they the ones? How did it get away? Who released the information? Claiming that someone had either set her up or hacked her phone, Tamar's followers supported her right away. But it became 10 times more challenging when Mendeecees' name was added. He was still married to Yandy Smith, and their relationship was already tense. It seems like the final straw to consider that he might be involved in something like this. Those close to the couple started talking. For weeks, Yandy had been skeptical. Insiders claim that Tamar has been spotted attending private gatherings in New York with Mendeecees long before the video was made public. She had seen Mendeecees being distant, staying out late, and getting secret calls that he brushed off as work. Supporters had dismissed it as a coincidence at the time, but suddenly it all started to make sense. According to sources, as soon as Yandy saw the video, everything stopped. It is said that she was unable to understand what was happening on her screen and froze in shock. Sobbing and yelling were followed by silence. People close to her claimed that she didn't even wait for answers. After making a call to her sister, she packed a bag and left their shared home in a few hours. This was more than just betrayal to her. It was a global embarrassment. Apparently, Tamar became quiet throughout this time. No posts, statements, or appearances. Her team, who are frequently skilled at manipulating narratives, did not respond to any calls from the media. She was afraid and upset, according to friends, not only by the public's misrepresentation of the facts, in addition to the leak. Although she had usually been open about her emotions, this time her silence spoke more than any post could. Supporters, however, refused to remain silent. Tamar was defended by some, who said she was the victim of a cruel plot. Others accused her of destroying another woman's marriage. As they fought for supremacy, Team Yandy, Justice Firmer, and cancels started to gain prominence. How can you treat a woman who has always held you back like this? Tamar deserves peace, not pain, tweeted a fan. Don't hold her accountable for something she didn't intend. When an alleged insider disclosed that the video wasn't an accident, chaos broke out. Increased in intensity. They suggested that it was intentionally disseminated, purportedly by a close relative seeking revenge. That theory only served to fuel the flames. Individuals started accusing one another. Some claimed it was a jealous coworker with access to private data, while others believed it was an old friend. The mystery behind the leak developed its own story, and everyone assumed the role of investigator. Amid all of this, Mendeecees was nowhere to be seen. He completely vanished from social media, where he is typically prepared to defend himself. Not a single post, appearance, or story. Fans thought the silence was odd and perceived it as guilt. When things become unpleasant, you vanish. Beneath his most recent post, a commenter says a lot about your character. You previously crushed Yandy's heart on national television, and now you're doing it behind closed doors once more. As the hours stretched into days, entertainment publications started to put together the schedule. Insiders claim that Tamar and Mendeecees first connected months ago at a charity event to which they were both invited. Pictures from that night of them standing close to one another and making jokes have come to light. Suddenly, what had seemed to be harmless celebrity mixing took on very other meanings. On the internet, every detail including Tamar's smile and Mandy's leaning in was highlighted, creating the illusion that those pictures might be hiding something. Behind the scenes, though, there seemed to be a substantial emotional cost. Yandy had reached her breaking point after years of providing possibilities. Her friends described her as fierce but heartbroken. Tamar's circle claimed that she was spinning and worried that her entire identity would fall apart in an instant. Some even whispered that she was considering suing for invasion of privacy, saying she didn't know about the movie until it went viral. Everywhere you looked, bloggers were competing to share the next shocking discovery. People were picking sides as gossip shows examined the schedule. Despite the chaos, one problem persisted. Why was the tape released at this specific moment, and by whom? Some fans believed it was an attempt to completely destroy Mendeecees and Yandy's union. Some thought it was revenge for someone Tamar had severed ties with. This debate turned out to be more important than anyone had thought. What started out as a rumor had developed into a full-fledged storm that threatened friendships, families, and reputations as night fell and the internet continued to burn with speculation. However, one thing remained certain in spite of all. The real story behind the video remained hidden, simply waiting to be uncovered. As the second day went on, the controversy took on a new dimension. What began as online rumors became a national preoccupation. Talk shows, podcasts, and celebrity blogs couldn't get enough of it. Everyone wanted to know what had really happened between Tamar Yandy's part in all of this suffering. Along with Braxton and the conversation became more assertive and the headlines bolder. People started to question both the incident itself and the underlying narrative of the leak. Who would profit from revealing something so personal and harmful? Cryptic signals began to originate from inside sources. One person claimed that Mendeecees had previously placed a lot of trust in a member of his own social circle, who was the source of the video. The revelation shocked his fanbase. Treachery and side betrayal was a persistent source of speculation. It's possible that the leak was revenge for unpaid loyalty, whatever that meant. As stated by a reporter covering entertainment, Tamar, however, seemed to be in tears. A friend who spoke behind closed doors claimed she was unable to understand what was happening. She has been crying all the time, according to the insider. This was not what she asked for. Tamar, who was well known for her unwavering self-assurance, was abruptly going into seclusion. She had no idea things would get this far. Friends said she wasn't eating or sleeping and was terrified whenever her phone rang with a new notification. On the other hand, Yandy's silence conveyed a lot. Her quiet was more powerful than her words, even though she hadn't spoken about the incident in public. When fans noticed that she had deleted several of their earlier photos together, they unfollowed Mendeecees. The internet collapsed as a result of that alone. When a woman starts deleting, it's over, one fan said. Another said, Yandy is not coming back this time. Tamar Mendeecees and Yandy's conflict began to resemble a crazy reality TV love triangle. But this time, there were neither producers nor every tear, rumor, and silent movement was recorded in real time in front of millions of viewers. Real-time footage of silent activity was recorded. As the hours passed, a fresh twist emerged. A gossip blogger purportedly saw unseen parts of the same film. The blogger didn't show it, but their post was enough to stoke the fires. Hashtags resurfaced in a matter of minutes, and people demanded explanations. What I saw changes everything, they wrote. Eventually, Mendeecees, was still missing, spoke up in a brief but cryptic message, asking, was there additional proof? Was the situation being staged to attract attention, or was it genuine? Both supporters and critics began dissecting every word when he stated, not everything you see is what it seems. Sometimes people want to see you fall more than they want to see the truth. It was merely conjecture rather than an apology or denial. Some said he was hinting at being set up, while others believed he was evading responsibility. As they left the house, Yandy and her brother were observed carrying bags. With sunglasses covering her face, she appeared composed, yet distant. Witnesses claimed that when someone tried to ask how she was doing, she just shook her head and walked into her car. It depicted a woman who was fed up with justifications and clinging to a man who kept breaking her heart. The next morning, Tamar's sister reportedly paid her a visit. Insiders claim that the conversation was contentious. Tamar was sobbing and claiming that the situation wasn't what people thought it was. It seems that she cried, "This is not what I intended to happen. It's been perverted into something it is not." But out of worry and annoyance, her sister advised her to proceed with prudence. People will believe what they want, she claims. Right now, you can't change it. Mendeecees allegedly tried to get in touch with Tamar covertly, but her staff blocked his calls. Yandy reportedly spoke with her lawyer, though that tidbit sent fans into a frenzy. Could it mean divorce papers were about to be filed? After years of helping him through both good and bad times, it seemed that she was now ready to let go. Social media became a battleground for emotions. Tamar was accused by some of being reckless and crafty. She was being unjustly pulled through the muck. Many of her followers considered Yandy to be the true victim and rallied behind her, according to those who fiercely defended her. Someone wrote, "This is how he repays her for building him up and supporting him. Yandy deserves better. She's always been the strong one." Another person commented, as this was happening, more insiders came to light, each adding another level of mystery. Some claimed that Mendeecees had confided in a friend weeks before the leak, saying that he felt trapped and misunderstood. Another claimed that Tamar had been emotionally vulnerable because of a challenging period in her personal life, and that Mendeecees took advantage of that. Still others claimed that Tamar initiated the relationship. It was difficult to decide which of the conflicting stories was true, and just when it seemed like things couldn't get any messier, a well-known celebrity news outlet received an anonymous email claiming to have proof that the leak was orchestrated by a third party with personal ties to both, not by Mendeecees or Tamar, and hinting at jealousy, money, and retaliation. The email promised more evidence in the near future, but it did not name anyone. Though scandals had happened in the entertainment industry before, it was harder to ignore this one because of its secrecy. A new rumor surfaced every hour, and each post seemed to widen the chasm. Overnight, conjecture erupted. Was it a despised former partner, a former employee, or an insider trying to damage reputations in order to gain clout and clicks? As none of the three spoke, their reputations were in jeopardy. Families, marriages, and jobs were in danger of collapsing. Mendeecees' supporters wanted answers. Yandy's supporters begged her to leave permanently, and Tamar's supporters begged her to tell the truth. The world's interest grew louder the longer there was silence. As the story progressed, it became clear that the chaos was not going to end anytime soon. It was now more than just a scandal. It was a tale of heartache, betrayal, and secrets that would not go away because something about it didn't quite add up. Everyone felt deep down that there was still more to come. The internet was now divided into factions, with some people endorsing Tamar, some criticizing her, and a significant portion focusing on men. His name was trending everywhere you looked, along with